Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
So if you're watching these videos and you want to get into DCS, definitely check out Apex Gaming PCs. This is where I got my laptop. I'm super happy with what I received. And keep in mind that they have the A-Firm program, which allows you to pay month to month so that it doesn't hurt your wallet too badly. Check out the links below to make your own custom PC that fits your budget. Big thank you to Apex Gaming PCs. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're here in the F-16 Viper. Today we have some incoming Chinese flankers and we have a special forces team on a Chinook inserting into an airbase that's under attack. This airbase has some classified data that needs to be extracted before it's overrun. That's their job. My job is to keep them alive, guard them from those flankers. Now the way this mission is set up, if necessary, we, the F-16, will sacrifice our life to keep these Chinooks alive. We're going to go bonsai if we have to. Of course, we're going to try not to. We're going to try to kill everybody as needed long before having to go bonsai. But if it comes down to it, we're down to the last AMRAAM. We're going to have to do what we got to do to keep this Special Forces team alive. Their mission is the objective here today. Give them a little buzz, let them know we're here. Alright, so we're settled in here at about 22,000 feet. Datalink says we have two targets off the nose, one at Angels 22, one at Angels 5, low flanking. It looks like he's trying to move, open up to a little bit of a pincer or something here. If I had to guess what the plan was here for these guys, it's one of them is going to engage me, hold me in place, while the second one either flanks me or goes after the Chinooks there. As you can see right here, this Angels 5 guy, I don't know, we'll have to deal with him, but the higher priority bandit is definitely the Angels 22 guy. You see the Angels 5 guy just fell off data link. We also have some pretty patchy data link coverage out here. The AWACS is pretty far away, which means we're going to have to depend on our own radar as well. The patchy data link coverage also means that I'm going to be easier to flank. Situational awareness is kind of low here. I'm headed at a 010 bearing now. Looks like the second bandit Angels 5 was low, probably about a 050 at this point. So we're going to keep that in our head, try to build situational awareness even where data link is not available. Of course, we're going to try to deal with this Angels 25 bandit first. The reason we probably can't see the other guy is because he's low altitude. I can see this guy because he's high. Look at this radar saying I can see him, but I'm unable to lock him. We got some weird stuff going on here. Possible second target, or it's an update on this Angels 25 guy. Oh, it's gone. False return, possibly. Okay, well. We're having a little bit of, oh, now everyone's gone. Here we go, he's back. Angels 26, Angels 25, got him locked. Okay, finally. And that was, that's at 38 miles. So we're getting some pretty interesting radar behavior. We're going to have to get this sorted out. I don't want to get too close to this guy, although I need to get close enough that my first missile hits him. So it's going to be kind of a balancing act here. Let's shoot at... I'm going to aim to shoot at 27 miles against this Chinese J-11 and see what we can do. We're at 30 miles now. He's locking me. He sees me right off the nose here. 30 miles. Okay, he's got a missile in the air. 28 miles. Fox 3 from me. We're going to crank away from the second bandit for obvious reasons. I guess if it's not obvious to you, The reason we're cranking away from the second bandit is because I don't want to crank into him and make it easier for him to recommit and kill me. So I'm going to crank away from him to make his life a little harder if he does plan to ambush me. His plan may very well to be completely to ignore me entirely and go after the Chinooks, right? So incoming missile, we're at 660 knots, 19 miles, 20,000 feet and descending. Dragging missile into denser air, holding that lock. He's doing the same thing. I can see him diving down. I want to get my missile as close as I can. And I think that's going to be it here at 15 miles. Let's turn away. I'm going to stop supporting that AMRAAM and let it use its own radar to find that target. There it is. That's his missile going pitbull on me. Continuing to defend here. Missile still back there. Impact. I see splash from the second bandit. I see two splashes, so I think we hit him and then he fell right into the water. So there we go, that's splash one. So right off the bat, I can tell you that that bandit's mistake was that he cranked for way too long, and then he turned into me instead of turning away from me, which is what I did, right? I turned away from his missile, he turned into mine. Probably because he was trying to be more aggressive, and he thought the AMRAAM had already been defeated, energy-wise, but he was wrong. And he found that out when it hit him in the face. I defended away from the missile, but you can hear it's still trying to get me. And I'm just defending a little bit more aggressively because I want to be super careful. You guys see these little artifacts that are appearing on the screen here? A lot of people thought these were glitches in past videos. There's the missile hitting the water there, so we're safe. This is actually rain. This is rain on the canopy. This is DCS simulating the rain. It's not a glitch. There's nothing wrong with your screens or my screen or anything like that. It's high speed of rain, I guess, on the canopy, which is a nice little detail. Okay, here we go. We got this guy locked up. This is the second bandit now, bearing 087, so he flanked pretty hard to my right. But now that his buddy's been killed, he immediately recommitted. He's climbed up to about 10,000 feet, which is actually higher than me. I'm only at 6,000 feet. He's already locking me. If his intent was to mutually support his buddy, he messed that up, right? He didn't recommit in time because his wingman is dead. So a little bit of mismanagement of time there, I guess. Alright, it's also possible he expected his friend to survive more than one missile launch. But anyway, he's got a missile in the air here. I'm going to defend here at 23 miles. It's still a fairly long-range shot considering the altitude. We'll go ahead and drop tanks here. Don't need that. I think he took this shot to try to scare me. We'll switch over to Cat 1. There we go. We're now in range at 16 miles. Fox 3 from me. Basically, I knew that based on that range at that altitude, there was really no missile that could range this far and be super dangerous at the same time. So whatever he shot at me, I'm confident that he was just trying to force me defensive or scare me. I took a bit of a gamble there because it could have been a PL-15 or something, and that would be dangerous, although I still think we could survive that. I got in range and fired that AMRAAM, so we are causing problems for him. These flankers could be a serious problem if they had, I think that's my AMRAAM hitting the water there, if they had worked together. They could be a serious issue. The flanker is no joke. The F-16, I can probably fight one at a time, but you know, two at once would be extremely difficult for the F-16, especially if they have their modern Fox 3s. You can hear that whatever that missile is that he shot at me is persistent, but it's on my 6, and I think I beat it. I'm gonna recommit now into him. See if we can find him again. I have no data link, and I don't see him on radar. Here we go, I found him on radar. 15 miles, no data link, so that's interesting. The AWACS cover is becoming worse and worse out here. 13 miles off the nose, I'm at 3,000 feet. Fox 3 from me. So this flanker is definitely the flight leader. He's much more competent than the first guy that we fought. He's survived at least 2 missiles so far. He's shot at me again. I'm going to defend here. I can see his radar tracking me. I guess I could see the smoke trail, so defended long before we got the Pipple warning. Which means we should be safe. We should be outside of the range no escape at this point. And things are becoming a little bit more serious. We're halfway through all of our missiles. Still defending here. Missile on my 6, so I'm going to recommit. I have to be aggressive with my recommits. I can't allow him to recommit before me, which he is doing. I got him again here, nose hot at 15 miles. The good news is he's going cold, which is allowing some separation from me. Allows me to recommit a little bit slower, gives me a little bit more reaction time. Here we are at 11 miles, Fox 3. Once again, I'll remind you of the objective that we cannot allow this flanker past me. Whatever those special forces teams are dealing with on the ground, that's their problem. But if they get airborne, even if they complete their mission, a flanker catches up to them, they're gonna die. So there is no way that we can allow that here. Even if I have to go to the merge and gun this guy, that's what we're gonna have to do. At the very least, I have to keep him occupied long enough to allow those Chinooks to exit the area, and they're just not fast enough. They're nowhere near as fast as a flanker, so I don't think there's any possibility for them to escape if this flanker was to chase them. Still defending these missiles. It's on my 6 currently. I'm becoming annoyed by this flanker. He refuses to die, and somehow he's also really good at hiding from my data link. He was doing it right from the beginning. You know, I only had him on data link momentarily at 5,000 feet. I could see he was flanking to my right, and that's really all I had. Here we go, got him. Finally, data link has him. Right as I was saying that, data link has to show me up. I also have him on radar as well, although unable to lock. Giving me some sort of false return or something. I don't know what this is. There we go, got him locked. Never mind. That's my bad. 11 miles right here. Let's go ahead and shoot Fox 3. Nine miles, we're off cold here. Very important that we defend. Sometimes the radar gives you a return. You try to lock it, and you can't lock it. And it has to refresh. You got to give it time to refresh that target. Which is usually fine, but at 9 miles that can be the difference between life and death. I'm coming around. Those Chinooks hopefully better be wrapping up whatever they're doing, because I'm down to my last AMRAM and I think this guy survived it. Okay, I hate to say it, but I think he survived it. I saw a splash in the distance, but I think it was my missile hitting the water. Radar here saying that he's still up, and I have 1 AMRAM remaining, which means we are going to go bonsai here. Which means we're going to be pushing into the Mar in order to ensure that this flanker is inside of my range no escape, and he dies. He absolutely needs to die, and that might come at the price of my own life. Here we go, got him on radar. 9 miles, we're pushing in. Remember, the Mar is 10 miles. We're pushing in now 7 miles, 6 miles, still closing. Okay, he shot at me. Fox 3, we're going to try to hit the notch here. Chaff and flare to try to survive. If I can just get low enough here, we might be able to confuse his targeting systems and survive this missile. Oh!